How does the State Department interpret these videos? It seems to me that there are two ways to see them. One, as a kind of provocation to bait America into more attacks on ISIS or being sucked into an even bloodier, more protracted engagement in Iraq. The other is as warning, which is the kind of surface text of these missives. We are killing these people because of you, because you have done airstrikes. How does the State Department, how does the White House understand these videos?
This is clearly part of ISIS's propaganda campaigns. It shows to everyone how brutal they are, which is why we're very focused here on putting a coalition together and continuing to take the fight to them.
Obviously, this is barbaric and monstrous, and that they're reveling in that. What is the strategy here?
For who? For ISIS?
For either.
For ISIS, I think it's to try to deter America from taking further action inside Syria.
So you think it's a first order Occam's razor? They are doing this for the reason they say, which is that the U.S. bombing campaign's hurting them. They want it to stop.
Yeah, and I think but what they're trying to do is take territory, solidify it, make that their control, their base of operation to launch future attacks against the world, maybe even to try to expand their conquest part of their ideology. So you got to understand that first step to be able then to see why it is they're trying to deter the U.S. from taking these actions to slow down their advance.
Stephen Sotloff produced was the wake of the Libyan bombing campaign against Gaddafi and the chaos there. This comes as news that basically the former American embassy in Tripoli has been turned into, for lack of a better word, a jihadi pool party, which has been taken over by a militia, and also I think is an important thing for everyone to remember as they think about intervention or escalation against ISIS. Ayman Mohyeldin.
Yes, I think it's very important that the United States recognize its interest in crushing this movement, particularly in Iraq and in the long run in Syria as well. And I think that's in the interest of a very wide coalition of forces in the Middle East that know it but haven't yet taken action. Exactly.
Right, and you wrote a piece basically saying that we shouldn't. Your point is that we shouldn't fall into the trap of thinking that some airstrikes against ISIS in Syria.
There are two traps not to fall into. One is the trap of thinking that because by striking ISIS in Iraq you would be helping Assad, therefore you shouldn't do it. That's trap one. And trap two is that ISIS is so bad you should ally with Assad against ISIS. Those are both ridiculous mistakes and wrong.
I ain't got nobody cares for me.